This is Axel Sones in association with Squared Circle Boxing. Today I'm here with Leigh Wood. Leigh, first of all, mate, happy birthday, and how are we doing, mate?
Thank you, mate. Yep, feeling fresh and young. I don't feel like I've aged. I'm quite young for my age anyway. You know, I live quite well. I don't really drink often. Don't smoke. Don't gamble. I get early nights because of boxing. You know, I live like a monk. So yeah, all is good. Big fight announcement. Wanted this fight for probably 5 or 6 years now. I've always said, you know, I used to say to people back then before anyone knew who I was outside my village, I said I'd beat him, and they pretty much laughed at me. We're nearly there.
Indeed, and as a local lad myself, it's so nice and refreshing to see these big nights coming back to these kind of area, this Midlands area. And so for yourself, of course, this is a huge domestic fight, and this is definitely one which I'm sure you're going to look back on with fond memories afterwards. And for yourself, is it just kind of with every fight creating more and more of a legacy for yourself?
Yeah, that's it. Legacy, history, being a role model, and you know, just showing people like it doesn't matter where you start, it's where you finish, and you got to keep learning, you got to keep growing, you got to keep improving, and you just do that with having a good attitude. It's not about defeats or when things don't go your way or spitting your dummy out if it's not landing for you, kind of thing, the dice. So you need to just have a positive attitude, keep improving, keep working hard, and strive to improve, and you'll get there, and I promise you will.
Most definitely, that's a great message. And so for yourself, I mean, you've come off the loss but then getting a win again, and every time you've done that you've always seemed to be able to bounce back so well. And so is every one of your losses kind of been I suppose a good thing in hindsight because of how much it's kind of taught you?
Yeah, I always learn from my fights, even when I win as well. I learn from fights. You know, sometimes you can't approach a fight, you can't win a fight one way then approach another fight the same way. You know, every fight has a different approach, the same with this one as well. I've got a great team around me. I'm still going from strength to strength, I believe. I'm still improving from all these fights, from the wins and the losses. I'm getting experience, and that's a dangerous thing to have.
Of course, and let's just speak about your opponent, Josh Warrington. Of course, he's going to bring a big kind of load of crowd himself, and I suppose for the first time in maybe a little while, you're going to have maybe more of a split crowd. And is that going to play any more of a factor in maybe getting you up for it, or I don't know?
No, not all. I think the Wood-Conlon fight, that was pretty much the same. I think it was 60-40, very hostile, but it made for a great night. Like I said earlier, you know, the fans battle out vocally, so it's constant. There's constant noise all the time. I actually thrive on it. And it's what I went to the sport for.
Most definitely, and his style, it gets criticised from time to time online and stuff like that, and I'm sure you get that with every kind of fighter, but how do you kind of assess his style without, of course, giving away too much?
He makes a lot of mistakes, ones that I'm going to be exploiting. He's pretty good on the inside, quite strong, quite physical. He can dig a little bit as well. Like I said, I've been ringside for his last 3 fights. I know what he's about, I know what I need to do, I don't need too much away. I'll be extremely prepared.
And I've spoke to a few of the fighters that are kind of in your stable, and they've all kind of said Ben Davidson's best coach in the world. Would you have to agree?
Yeah, and I said over the next 10 years you're going to see that for proof. I say, oh, he's an amazing coach, and you see what he's done with me, and it took me from that British title level and to reigning world champion, beating these kids like when I've been a massive underdog every time. So yeah, you know, over the next 10 years you're going to see how good he is, and one of the best trainers on the planet, if not the best.
And with a fight like this, you spoke about how you've been the underdog before, but you're A-side for this fight, and how much is it kind of a privilege to be A-side for this fight?
Yeah, it don't really matter to me whether I'm A-side or B-side. I've been B-side for a long time. I've been the underdog for a long time, and now I'm Booker's favourite, apparently. I don't really watch it or read into it, but I still got to go out there and get a job done. I still got to graft my arse off on camp and thrive to get this win.
Of course, and of course you don't want to overlook Josh Warrington, but next up, big fight at the City Ground, and who other than Josh Warrington would kind of be able to bring this big enough fan base to be worth even being there?
This could be my last fight featherweight. I struggle to make it really bad, but if the opportunity is there, and you know it's an offer I can't refuse, then I'll fight again at featherweight. But if not, then I'll move up. You know, the Conlon rematch is a massive fight, or always will be. There's the Cordina fight. There's so many fights to go at. I could pretty much pick them because I'll be in the driving seat.
You will indeed, and I'll leave with this final question. Of course, the season for Nottingham Forest, you got your shirt on, starting soon. How do you think that season goes?
Anything better than last season, any little bit of improvement, I'll take it now. You know, a few places higher, and just build each year. But I've got a lot of faith in Cooper. I think I will do really well. You know, he's been great for the club. I've got a really good relationship with him. Such a nice guy. He's a people person, and I think that's important, especially when you're dealing with team sports, to know how to deal with each individual. I'm thinking, you know, we could either just miss out or hit top 10 finish.
Leigh, thank you very much for being the pro.
Cheers.